So why being cheated on feels like you lost more than the relationship? Being cheated on does not just feel like losing a person. It feels like losing your peace, your confidence, your emotional safety, your ability to trust what you felt, and sometimes even your identity. That is why cheating cuts so deep. Because see, the pain is not just they were with someone else. The pain is while I was loving you for real, you were living a whole different truth behind my back. That kind of betrayal will shake a person. You don't just lose the relationship, you lose the version of the relationship you thought that you was in. You lose the memories, the way you used to see them. You lose the comfort that you felt when you hugged, when they hugged you. You lose the innocence of believing that words matched their actions, which they didn't. You lose the sense of security that came from thinking, at least I know where I stand. No, you don't. After cheating, even the good memories start feeling contaminated. Now you look back and wonder, was any of it real? Were they lying the whole time? Did they ever even love me the way that they said they did? Was I the only one taking this relationship serious? That is why it feels like more than just a breakup. Because betrayal does not just end the relationship, it rewrites the whole experience. Now, cheating will steal your emotional safety. And one of the biggest things that people lose after being cheated on is their safety. Not the physical safety, your emotional safety. The safety of relaxing into love. The safety of believing someone means what they say. The safety of not having to question every little shift in energy. The safety of not feeling like you have to investigate the person who says that they love you. And once that trust is broken, your nervous system knows it. Now you're overthinking things. Now you're checking details. Now you're replaying the conversations in your head. Now you're wondering how long the lies were happening while you were being a genuine person. That is so exhausting. So yes, you lose the relationship, but you also lose the ability to feel emotionally safe inside it. Then cheating can make you lose yourself. This is the part people do not talk about enough for me. That sometimes after betrayal, you start losing you. You stop feeling attractive. You stop feeling enough. You stop trusting your judgment. And you start comparing yourself to that other person, trying to wonder what she look like or he looks like. You start asking what they had that you did not. You start picking yourself apart because somebody else lacked character. That is one of the cruelest parts of cheating. A person can betray you through their brokenness and somehow leave you questioning your worth. That is why cheating is so damaging, and it makes innocent people carry shame that does not belong to them. And it's wrong. And here's the truth, that a lot of people think the deepest pain is the act itself, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes the deepest pain is realizing that the person you were protecting would not protect you the same way. And that just hits a little different for me, because now the heartbreak is not just about love. It is about the fact that the person who had access to your heart handled it recklessly. They knew what trust meant. They knew what loyalty meant. They knew what commitment was supposed to look like, and they still crossed that line. That is why being cheated on can feel humbling, lonely, and deeply personal. Not because you were foolish, but because you were sincere with someone who was moving in secret. You lose your reality for a minute, because cheating can mess with your head, because it creates a split between what you were told and what was actually true. They said they loved you. They said they were committed. They said you were overthinking. They said nothing was going on with them. And then the truth comes out, and now your mind is trying to process two different realities at one time. The one you believed and the one they actually were living. And that confusion can leave you emotionally disoriented. That is why people who have been cheated on often struggle with trust afterwards. It is not just trust in others, it is trust in their own deception. And that is why it feels bigger than a heartbreak. Because being cheated on will can feel like you lost. You lost the relationship, you lost your peace of mind, you lose your confidence, you lost your ability to trust easily, your sense of emotional security, the future that you imagine with them, the meaning you attach to the relationship. And that's a whole hell of a lot for the person who didn't cheat to lose. So when people act like cheating is just a mistake or something to just move past quickly, they miss how deep the damage really goes. Cheating can leave somebody grieving what the heck happened, what they thought was happening, and what they hoped would happen. Those are 3 losses all in one. So here's my lesson. When someone cheats, do not only focus on losing them, focus on finding yourself again. Because see, the real recovery is not just getting over the relationship, it is rebuilding what the betrayal tried to tear down inside of you. So I need you to rebuild your confidence, rebuild your boundaries, rebuild your standards, rebuild your trust in your own instincts, and rebuild your peace. And most importantly, learn this, that someone cheating on you is not proof that you were not enough. It is proof that they were not loyal enough, honest enough, or mature enough to handle what they had. And that's a huge difference. So why does being cheated on feel like you lost more than the relationship? Because you did. You did. You lost the illusion, you lost the safety, you lost the version of love you thought you had. And maybe you even lost pieces of yourself while in the midst. But that does not mean those pieces are gone forever. It just means that healing now has to include more than missing them. It has to include coming back home to you. And that is the part nobody can take from you forever. Cheating does not just break hearts, it breaks trust, peace, and that in your identity. That is why healing has to go deeper than moving on. Here's my question. What do you think cheating takes from a person the most? Trust, peace, confidence, or something else? Put it down in the comments. And I thank you guys for watching. More to come.